sort of
Anyway,
role for that room.
It's time for another brilliant moment. Red Lee, you're on, buddy.
All right. So, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this lady. She's made some news lately in the past year or so. Her name's Sydney Powell.
Oh,
And
hi, Sydney Powell.
she's an attorney. Sort of.
Not for long.
Yeah, kind of, not really.
Are you sure she's still an attorney? I'm not sure. I'd verify that for you.
I know that Giuliani got his revoked, but
Yeah.
I'm not really sure about her at this point.
Anyway.
I'd imagine that that's coming soon, like you said.
Mhm.
But yeah, so she was the one that I don't know if a lot of people heard that she was going to be releasing the Kraken for the
Kraken.
for the U.S. Trump-Biden election, fraud that they claimed they had so much evidence for, but yet couldn't get over the tiny bar that is standing in the 63 cases that they brought to the Supreme Court, or brought to the courts. And even the Supreme Court then was like, "No, we're not going for that. You don't have anything." And so she has, been basically now she's being sued by these. She went against Dominion voting machines and Smartmatic, and I want to make this very clear. The point that she was trying to make and saying that, these things could get hacked and stuff, they're literally machines that count paper.
Yeah.
Like, that's their job. That's what their thing is, is it counts the paper ballots. And so it's a real easy fix. If something goes wrong, you can just count the paper ballots and see yourself and see if they're working. And they're working. They were all working. They got nothing. They have no.
I would like to point out she's facing some investigations in at least Texas.
Yeah, she's being sued for $1.6 billion too.
From Dominion. Now,
she sanctioned in Michigan, like all kinds of. She's
not going
a
to
mess.
Much longer.
She's a mess. All right, she's a hot motherfucking mess.
What do you expect? These are the same people that try to test the paper to see if it was not made of bamboo to see if it was made from China.
Yeah.
I mean, these are idiots. I mean,
with the cyber ninjas. Yeah, exactly. And of course, she's very much in support of that because it's all conspiracy theory nonsense bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, she's now countersuing for being sued because
you can't sue me, I sue you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but pretty much. Yeah, I mean that's
exactly what it is.
But I feel like she admitted that she didn't have anything a couple times.
But
anyway,
direct questions, but yeah.
And now she's claiming that we got a little video that we can play.
I got a clip here.
Show you what she's claiming exactly. But I just want to give a little background. I like to do that.
Well, Sydney, you saying things like this, has there been threats on your life?
Oh, I get threatened regularly.
And you seem to handle it so well. Do you have personal security, or what do you do?
I keep angels on my shoulders. God did not give me a spirit of fear.
All right, let's pause that real quick.
Well,
So, I mean, the angels on your shoulders, usually it's not just an angel, it's an angel and a demon, and they're usually arguing with one another.
Yeah.
And then you got to decide which one's right. So
I always
weird that she picks shoulders. That's all I'm saying.
It's right on her shoulder.
Do they hang on for real life? But what if you make it like a jerky motion? You twist your shoulder.
You just toss the devil.
So they just fall off your shoulder, roll on your back, and.
No, they've got suction cups to hold on.
Oh, okay. I never really knew.
No, the angel falls off her shoulder into her shirt, onto her boobs, and then it's real confused.
I don't know where to go. Does she have boobs?
It's so sweaty down here. It's sweaty, right?
You're dry at the same time.
Sweaty. I can't even climb back up.
It's moist
so
and dry.
slick because of the sweat.
All right, let's keep playing.
That's my angel impression.
How come this
way?
Tell you what, I appreciate.
Just didn't come in the package. I mean, a number of things came in the package, but that is not one of them.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you standing strong. We need more people
Is she
like
literally
you.
wearing a
Amen.
pearl necklace?
Well, the
Stupid
900
pearls?
pages
She
of
is.
material attached to this case, as you refer to that a couple times, where can people get to that? Is that public record?
Yes, they're on my website at sydneypowell.com, and they're on our website, defendingtherepublic.org, which,
Oh,
like
yeah.
your organization, is a C4 nonprofit that we are using to litigate not only the election issues, defending ourselves from the billions of dollars of suits brought by
Yeah.
Dominion and Smartmatic and Eric Coomer,
But
but
the win-
also to fight the COVID vaccine. We've got a number of
To
high-profile
fight it?
cases coming with respect to
What?
that, and also to represent January 6 defendants who have been treated worse than
Here
Guantanamo
you go.
terrorists.
Hold on a second. All of a sudden, they went from fighting Smartmatic and Dominion to fighting COVID to defending the January 6th. I mean,
No, not fighting COVID, fighting the COVID vaccine.
Yeah,
Here,
no,
I
they're,
just want to like.
they're on team COVID is the point. Like they're on team
Okay, but I got
COVID.
to go back a second because they're like fighting the January 6th and all this Republican crap. Before the election in November, what was Trump doing? He was fast tracking the vaccine. So it's the Republicans who are pushing for this to get out as fast as possible. And now that it's out, because it came out during the Democratic or during the Democrats being in office, it's suddenly a Democrat vaccine.
Yes, that's the thing they continue to
Yes.
not understand, because it constantly happens where a Republican will be in office, then a Democrat will take over, and we'll literally be 3 weeks in, and something will be bad that is clearly caused by the previous administration, and they blame it on the Democrat. It's what they do.
Yeah.
But it's
And
like
Republicans have the memory equivalent of a fucking goldfish.
Right,
So
like-
that's
if
that's
the
voters in general, actually.
if God forbid Trump was in office right now and the vaccine was out, I guarantee you 100% of the Republicans would be vaccinated.
yeah.
No,
But this
yeah.
is what
know about
happens
that.
when you do nonsensical shit. When you're like, hey, this is a Democratic hoax. And then a week later, we're in a state of emergency. And, oh, but don't wear your masks and don't worry about COVID. It's not that bad. But we made a vaccine. Like, nothing makes sense with them.
No,
No, I mean, they were-
Nothing makes sense.
I mean, they were trying for the longest time to call it the Trump vaccine.
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
And instead we got spike facts.
I almost wish we would have, though. Because if
I
we
know, I have
had
to agree
made
with
it,
you.
if we
That,
had
like,
called it the Trump vaccine,
yeah, maybe we
people
should
would
take it for
fucking
history,
take it.
for the sake of history. Take it. Yeah, take the stupid Trump vaccine, because if
Yeah.
we know Democrat would have gone anyway and say, "Oh, fine, call it whatever you want." I just need
Fine,
the
whatever.
shot."
I just want
Who
the
gives
shot
a
to go
shit?
back to life. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
don't tell them it's for COVID. Just be like, there's a vaccine that Trump really, really wanted, and he fast tracked it because
Mhm.
that's how much he wanted it. Because
Yeah.
he likes to get business done. So
Yeah.
you want to help Trump get business done, right? And get
Yeah.
vaccine, your Trump vaccine.
That's
Yeah.
because we have the
I
best.
mean, this will fight the deep state. Just get this vaccine, you'll be like a super soldier for the,
Yeah.
fighting the deep state. Now,
Yeah.
where can I sign up?
Yep.
Well, here's the thing. Let's just say, sake of argument, there is a quote unquote deep state, right?
Mhm.
What would the deep state want? The
Yeah.
deep state would want you to not take the vaccine and fucking die.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't their whole thing fucking like population control
Yes. Eugenics.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
eugenics? Yeah, and getting rid
Getting
of
rid of the
fucking
idiots, what they
Trump
quote unquote
and
call
Trump
That's what I'm
it.
saying. So if there is a quote unquote deep state, that's what they would want. They wouldn't. The deep state wouldn't be like, "Don't take this vaccine." They'd be like, or the deep state wouldn't be like, "Take this vaccine, get vaccinated." They'd be like, "No, don't. It's
No,
bad.
don't
It
do
doesn't
that.
help you."
Bad
like they're
vaccine.
playing 4D chess and they're just losing at it because, like, oh no, we created the thing to like save the people that do believe in vaccines and stuff. But that we also like, and it's of course, this is part of the conspiracy. It's not true. It's not real. Don't take medical advice from a podcast. There is
I
a
have a disclaimer at the beginning of every episode.
okay, good. But that the deep state created the virus and the vaccine,
Yeah, it's all bullshit.
and then and then it's just killing off the fucking people that are.
This
dude.
video is only like halfway done.
All right,
Only
so hit play.
In many ways, there are more than 80 of them that have been kept in solitary confinement and absolute bug-infested holes that no human being should be forced to occupy.
Also, now you're
And
against it.
Guantanamo
Kept
Bay.
there for months.
Nakatomi
One
Bay
guy
literally
was
are prisons
beaten
here.
almost to death. He's blinded in one eye. He was beaten by the guards. We're trying to get emergency medical help for him. We filed that motion Friday night about 10:30 or 11 o'clock. I mean, my little team of 6 lawyers plus me is working around the clock on all of these issues. and we intend to get to the bottom of it.
You know, what she
Do
says.
you
work
have
around
any
the clock.
hope that it's going to actually change things?
It has to. We cannot let this stand. It just simply cannot stand.
No.
You cannot have a coup
Yes.
of the greatest country on earth by massive, obvious, documentable fraud. It just cannot be allowed to stand.
Still.
The Supreme Court is going to have to step up and fix it, or they will have absolutely no further use in the United States of America.
How are you going to stop
I mean,
them?
we've witnessed a complete institutional failure of every institution in our Constitution that was created to protect the rights of individuals and this country, which was divined by God to be the beacon of freedom on the face of this earth.
Absolutely.
We
Yep.
cannot let that light be snuffed out. We must.
Okay, I can only take so much.
It's like we got to go with the Supreme Court because that's the only 7 people that
No.
are brainwashed enough to like with power that we can use.
Here's the thing that kills me, though, is suddenly now she cares about how prisoners are being treated. This
Yeah,
happens
right?
in our prisons. They're in solitary confinement by
Yep.
themselves in concrete rooms
Mhm.
with bugs.
Mhm.
They're not the cleanest things in the world. And now
Yeah.
suddenly she cares when it's
Well, because they're white.
okay, probably.
Yeah, yeah,
And
that's what it
Republican.
is. That's literally what it is.
I'm
And do you
sure
really
a lot
think the
of
guards beat up this January 6th guy? Do
Yeah,
you think the guards did that?
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, he was just running like into walls and his fucking.
Yeah.
He was just, I mean, come on.
Anyway,
Maybe they did. That
It's
one,
like
it
2 on
happens.
2 and then runs into the fucking wall.
That
Well,
one
yeah.
happens. Guards do beat
Yeah,
up people.
Cut you
So
off because we're kind of running out of time.
fine.
So
Okay, whatever, Dad.
thank you so much for that. Let's take a quick pause, and when we come back, we'll be talking to David and Dana Fitzgerald about their new book, Time Shards.
mhm.
That's going to be cool, so you stay right with us.
I'm Dave Fitzgerald.
And I'm Dana Fitz. Who am I? I'm Dana Fitz.
Let's take that again.
Again, absolutely.